Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to study Unit 11. We have indirect questions, question tags, the body, and informal English. Question words. مثل ما تعرفون question words هي الكلمات اللي تبدي ب WH words، وكذلك كلمة how نعتبرها question word على الرغم من أنه هي ما تبدي بال W. Look at the questions. Notice that what, which, and whose can combine with a noun. What, which, and whose combine with a noun. And how can combine with an adjective or an adverb. دائما الوات والwhich والwhose combine with a noun تأتي مع الاسم، والهاو تأتي مع الadjective أو الadverb. For example, what kind of music do you like? إذا هنا كلمة kind هي noun. What kind of music do you like? What size shoe do you wear? And here the word size is also a noun. What color are your eyes? Color here is a noun because the word that became before it is what. So what combines with a noun. Which pen do you want? Pen here is a noun. And which way is it to the station? Also way here is a noun because which combines with a noun. Whose book is this? The word book here is a noun. So as you see that what, which, and whose combine with these nouns. How much do you weigh? How many brothers and sisters do you have? How many times have you been on a plane? How much homework do you get every night? How tall are you? How often do you go to the dentist? How long does it take you to get to school? So after the word how comes either an adjective or an adverb. Either an adjective or an adverb. You can see here often is an adverb, as you know that often is an adverb of frequency. So after how comes either an adjective or a noun. So these are all adjectives or adverb. So these are either an adjective or an adverb. Indirect questions يعني الأسئلة الغير المباشرة. Indirect questions have the same word order as the positive and there is no do, does, did. يعني بالindirect questions ماكو do, does, did. We do not use do, does, did. For example, Tom lives in California. Do you know where Tom lives? لاحظتوا ماكو do لو does لو did. يعني it is incorrect to say do you know where does Tom live. ما نستخدم does بالindirect question. رأسا نسأل do you know where Tom lives. ماكو does Tom lives. Okay. ففي indirect questions there is no do, does, and did. We often make indirect questions into direct questions into indirect questions to make them sound softer or more polite. ليش نحول direct question into indirect question؟ ليش نحول السؤال المباشر إلى سؤال غير مباشر؟ To make them sound softer or more polite. يا أما إن يعني طريقة اللفظ تكون بطريقة أنعم أو ألطف or more polite أو تكون يعني السؤال بطريقة لطيفة. For example, direct question. What time do the banks close? هاي direct question. لأن استخدمنا هنا أولا الوات وإجا وراها الناون. بالdirect question مثل ما قلنا بالسلايد السابق نستخدم ممكن الوات and which or whose and so on. So بالdirect question for example قلنا what time do the banks close. بالindirect question حتى نسويها more polite. تلاحظون هنا هاي الجملة نفسها لكن من نريد نسويها more polite نسويها indirect question. نستخدم مثلا could you tell me what time the banks close. تلاحظون هاي الجملة could you tell me what time the banks close ألطف من إنه واحد يسأل what time do the banks close. More soft, more polite. For example, do you know what time the banks close? Do you happen to know what time the banks close, or have you any idea what time the banks close? Do you remember what time the banks close? Would you mind telling me what time the banks close? تلاحظون هاي كلها استخدمنا هاي قبل السؤال حتى نسويها more polite or sound, it can sound softer. If there is no question word, إذا ماكو question word, use if or whether. If there is no question word, يعني ماكو what or whose or anything that starts with a WH word or how, we use either if or whether. For example, I don't know if I'm coming or not. هنا من استخدمنا الإف الجملة أصبحت more polite. I wonder whether it's going to rain. So when we used whether, it became more polite. So if there is no question word, we use either if or whether. Here are some more expressions that introduce indirect questions. هاي أكو بعض الexpressions التعابير اللي تقدم indirect questions اللي ممكن نستخدم وياها indirect questions. For example, I don't know how long the journey takes. هاي طبعا هنا قلنا هي question word. استخدمنا وياها هذا المصطلح. I don't know how long the journey takes. I wonder how long the journey takes. I can't remember. I have no idea how long the journey takes. I'd like to know how long the journey takes. Or I'm not sure how long the journey takes. إذن هاي كلها expressions that introduce indirect questions. هاي expressions مكتوبة أمامكم. هاي expressions that introduce indirect questions. Question tags. Question tags. التاج طلاب هاي مثلا هي هاي التاج or هاي التاج. التاج يا أما هي يعني نهاية الكويشن or هي يعني اقتباس أو كلمة نعيدها حتى مختصر للتوكيد. فالform of question tags are very common in spoken English. The tags are common in spoken English. The most common patterns are الشائع هو positive sentence. من نستخدم أكو كلمة positive sentence أكو جملة مثبتة التاج يجب أن يكون negative. with the positive sentence there is a negative tag. For example, you're Jenny. هاي positive. A negative tag ويا positive aren't you. فتلاحظون هاي positive لكن التاج وياها اجا negative. you are Jenny aren't you. لكن وبالعكس تكون النيجاتيف sentence negative لكن التاج positive. النيجاتيف sentence التاج يكون positive. For example, it isn't a very nice day. هاي باعوها negative isn't لأنه أكو not. It isn't a very nice day. لكن التاج positive. Is it؟ هذا التاج positive. So with a positive sentence you are Jenny, there is a negative tag aren't you. Or with a negative sentence, it isn't a very nice day, there is a positive tag. Is it? This is a positive tag. Number 2, we repeat the auxiliary verb in the tag. If there is no auxiliary, use do, does, did. So we repeat the auxiliary verb in the tag. إذا ماكو auxiliary, we use do, does, and did. For example, you haven't been here before. Have you? تلاحظون هنا أكو auxiliary verb. So we repeated it. إذا أكو auxiliary verb, you repeat it. If there is an auxiliary verb, you repeat it in the tag. You can speak French, can't you? هنا موجود auxiliary verb, so we repeated it in the tag. This is the tag. We should take the children out, shouldn't we? Because there is an auxiliary verb we repeated it in the tag. هاي ورا الكوما تصير هي التاج. Banks close at 4 don't they. ليش استخدمنا هنا ال do or don't؟ لأنه ماكو auxiliary verb. ماكو auxiliary verb. There is a main verb. Banks close at 4 don't they. She eats meat doesn't she. هذا هنا التاج لأنه ماكو auxiliary verb بالجملة استخدمنا auxiliary verb بالتاج. You went to bed late didn't you. Because there is no auxiliary verb we used it in the tag. تلاحظون ال sentences that are positive negative tag becomes negative. Well, sentences and the sentences that are negative the tags are positive. هنا negative sentence the tag is positive and the sentence is positive the tag is negative and so on. تلاحظون انه كل اذا الجمل مثبتة فالتاج يكون منفي. Either if there is auxiliary or there is no auxiliary. والجمل المنفية دائما التاج يكون positive. Note, for negative questions tags with use aren't. من اكو الجملة بها التاج اكيد يكون لازم aren't. إذا هي الجملة تكون مثبتة فطبعا التاج يكون نيجاتيف مثل ما ذكرت لكم قبل شوية. وأكو فنستخدم النيجاتيف تاج aren't. I'm late aren't I. Not I'm late aren't I. تعرفون النفي ما يصير لأنه الجملة مثبتة فما يصير التاج يكون positive. لازم يكون negative as in I'm late aren't I. But لكن I'm not late am I. تلاحظون هنا الفرق لا تخطئون طلاب. Not I'm not late aren't I. إذن بالنيجاتيف question tags negative tags with إذا هو negative tag with use aren't نستخدم aren't. لكن I'm not late يعني بالpositive tag I'm not late أكيد الpositive tag لكن لازم تجي قبلها جملة منفية مثل ما ذكرت negative question. I'm not late am I نستخدم ما نستخدم aren't هنا. هذا الفرق. Notice the meaning of yes and no in answer to question tags. لاحظوا المعنى هنا بهاي الجملة بالquestion sorry. You're coming aren't you. You are coming aren't you. Yes. What does yes mean? Yes means I'm coming. No means I'm not coming. فتلاحظون هذا المعنى of yes and no in answer to question tags. إذا الرأس بس نجاوب yes means I'm coming or no means I'm not coming. الuse. We use question tags to keep a conversation going by involving listeners and inviting them to participate. ليش نستخدم ال question tags؟ We use them to keep a conversation going لنحافظ على محادثة by involving listeners and inviting them to participate حتى يشتركون المستمعين ويانا بالحديث. فلهذا احنا نستخدم ال question tags. The meaning of a question tag depends on how you say it. معنى ال question tag يعتمد على طريقة لفظك لل question tag. A question tag with a rising intonation. Intonation يعني شنو؟ النغمة. Rising intonation مع نغمة مرتفعة. A question tag with a rising intonation is like a real question. It is asking for confirmation. فالquestion tag بنغمة مرتفعة هي مثل السؤال الحقيقي. معناها شنو؟ It is asking for confirmation. يطلب منك التأكيد. It means I'm not sure so I'm checking. The speaker thinks he/she knows the answer. إذن المتكلم يعتقد أنه هو يعرف الجواب. But it isn't absolutely certain. لكن هو مو أكيد يعني تماما. For example, your name's Abigail, isn't it? شلون النغمة مرتفعة من دا ألفظ التاج الquestion tag. Your name's Abigail, isn't it? The speaker here is asking for confirmation. He thinks that he knows the answer, but he isn't absolutely certain. لكن مو متأكد. هو يعتقد أنه هو يعرف الجواب ويريد تأكيد عن الموضوع، لكن بالحقيقة هو ما متأكد تماما أنه هو يعرف الجواب. You're in advertising, aren't you? Aren't you? بعد شلون النغمة مرتفعة بالquestion tag. You work in the city, don't you? بعد مخليكم سهم على question tag، يعني من تلفظوها لازم نغمة مرتفعة. You work in the city, don't you? A question tag with falling intonation isn't really a question at all. It is a way of making conversation. لكن question tag with falling intonation بنغمة منخفضة isn't really a question. بالحقيقة هي مو سؤال. It is a way of making conversation. هي طريقة لعمل محادثة مع شخص ما. It means talk to me. Means تكلم معي. The speaker expects people to agree with him or her. إذا المتكلم يتوقع أنه الناس يكونون يعني يكونون أو يعتبرون أنه سؤاله هو صحيح. For example, a beautiful day, isn't it? بعد شلون الquestion tag بنغمة منخفضة. إذن هي هاي طريقة. مثلا أكو شخص واقف أمامكم تقولوا له beautiful day, isn't it? Isn't it? It means you want an answer or a conversation from the other person. It means talk to me, تكلم معي. وتتوقعون انه هو راح يكون يعني he agrees with you. It's wonderful weather for swimming, isn't it? That was a great concert, wasn't it? You haven't been here before, have you? فإذا هاي questions they aren't questions at all. They are a way of making conversation. It means that with other people you mean talk to me and you expect that they all agree with you. This is the difference between a rising intonation and falling intonation. Note, we can also use question tags with negative sentences to make a polite request for information or help. إذن ممكن نستخدم الجمل المنفية to make a polite request يعني عمل polite request طلب بصورة لطيفة for information or help للمعلومات or للمساعدة. For example, you couldn't lend me your car this evening, could you? You couldn't lend me your car this evening, could you? تلاحظون هاي rising intonation، هاي نغمة مرتفعة. لكن هنا عندنا negative sentence to make polite request for information or help. You couldn't lend me your car this evening, could you? Vocabulary and idioms. What can your body do? Here, number 3, match a verb from exercise 2 with a noun or phrase from the box. These are the verbs. You match them with a noun or a phrase from the box. Okay. A ladder. What can you do with a ladder? Climb a ladder. هذا verb هنا. Climb a ladder. Climb a ladder. Litter on the ground. Litter means يعني قمامة يعني. Litter on the ground. So here, climb a ladder. Drop litter on the ground. Drop litter on the ground. This verb comes with this phrase. So climb a ladder, drop litter on the ground. Here this word is into. It is not clear in the book. So here this word is into space. Into space. The verb that comes with this noun or phrase, stare into space. Stare into space. يعني حدق في الفضاء. Stare into space. About the meaning of life. Think فكر يعني about the meaning of life. A baby in your arms. Hold a baby in your arms. A nail with a hammer. A nail يعني مسمار. Hammer يعني شاكوش. A nail with a hammer. Hit a nail with a hammer. Hit a nail with a hammer. An ice cream. Lick يعني العق. Lick an ice cream. Into an apple. Bite يعني يعض أو عض. Bite into an apple. Attune. Whistle. التي هنا مثل اللي في الطلاب. Whistle attune. يعني whistle يعني أصفر أو صافرة. Whistle لكن هاي verb هنا. Whistle attune. A football. Kick. This verb comes with the noun football. Kick a football. A gun. Point a gun. يعني أشر أو أشر. يعني you put a gun or point a gun into someone. Point a gun. Gum. Chew يعني اعلج. Chew gum. Okay, I'll repeat it again. Climb a ladder, drop litter on the ground, stare into space, think about the meaning of life, hold a baby in your arms, hit a nail with a hammer, lick an ice cream, bite into an apple, whistle a tune, kick a football, point a gun, chew gum. Gum يعني علج. Chew gum. Look at these idioms. هاي يا طلاب مصطلحات. Can you guess their meaning? Okay. Complete the sentences. Use the idioms above. نستخدم هاي نكمل الجمل باستخدام هاي الidioms. If necessary, change the form of the verb. إذا ضروري تغير the form of the verb. يعني إذا present تسوي past or past present حسب الجملة. The first letter of each missing word is given. منطيكم أول حرف من هاي الidioms. The best way to stop hiccups يعني شهيقة. Hiccups is to hold your breath. Hold your breath and count to 10. So the first one is hold your breath يعني تكتم نفسك. The best way to stop hiccups الطريقة الصحيحة لإيقاف يعني احنا نسميها شهيقة is to hold your breath تكتم نفسك and count to 10. My parents when I said I wanted to leave university, my parents hit the roof. hit the roof يعني مو معناها يعني ضربوا نفسهم بالسقف لكن كلش امتعضوا أو became angry when I said I wanted to leave university. Number 3, I've tried so many times to stop biting my nails but I just can't. Kick the habit. Kick the habit. Here kick the habit يعني أتخلص من هذه العادة. But I just can't kick the habit. I almost bought a new sports car, but then I almost bought a new sports car, but then I thought twice about it. هنا صحيحة هي يعني فكرت مرتين. صحيح هنا think twice لكن هنا قايل لكم change the form of the verb if necessary. ليش سويناها thought twice؟ لأنه الجملة بالpast tense. bought ما قال لنا I want to buy مثلا I bought فإذا لازم الفعل الثاني أيضا بالpast، فهنا نصير thought twice يعني فكرت مرتين and realized it wasn't such a great idea. فهنا نصير thought twice because the sentence is in the past tense. I lost my purse with 200 pounds in it. purse هنا يعني جزدان. I lost my purse with 200 pounds in it. Well, you can kiss that money goodbye. يعني kiss that money goodbye. Here, kiss something goodbye, or here, well, you can kiss that money goodbye. يعني أبدا ما راح تلقيها، يعني تقول له للشي باي باي. Okay. Number 6. Drop me a line when you know what time you're coming and I'll meet. drop me a line. هنا someone لكن هنا أنا موجودة بالجملة me. drop me a line when you know what time you're coming and I'll meet. هاي من شنو معناها drop me a line؟ يعني call me، يعني اتصل بي. فهير it drop me a line when you know what time you're coming. informal English أكو يعني نستخدم الإنجليزي بصورة غير رسمية، يعني مرات أكو كلام نستخدمه كلام عام يعني. when we speak we use a lot of informal language depending on who we're speaking to. إذا أنت مثلا عندك أو أنت عندك صديقة جدا يعني مقربة إليش، فما يعني بعض الأحيان ما نستخدم الفورمال لانجوج، نستخدم الانفورمال لانجوج. for example here these trainers cost 90 quid. trainers على أحذية الرياضة cost كلفت 90 quid يعني احنا نقول مثلا 90,000 dinars أو $90. فهنا أنا مستخدم الانفورمال لانجوج quid. الإجابة you're kidding أنت تمزح. هاي informal، الإجابة informal يعني هو دا يقول له أنا اشتريت ب 90 quid، يقول له أنت تمزح، فهاي يعني نعتبرها informal language. in the conversations choose the correct expressions. بقى وهاي هنا أكو محادثة we choose the correct expressions المصطلحات الصحيحة. Number 1. What do you say we break for lunch? We can grab a sandwich at the snack bar. فشنو ال correct expression؟ Great idea. هذا informal، طبعا كله informal language. Great idea. Number 2. How long are you doing or what are you up to? الجواب nothing much, just sitting around watching TV. You're such a couch potato. couch potato يعني هي couch يعني مثل القنفة. potato تعرفون هي بطاطا، لكن من نقول مصطلح couch potato يعني معناها شخص lazy نقدر نقول. He's a lazy person. So here how are you doing or what are you up to? The correct expression here of number 2 is what are you up to? What are you up to? Nothing much, just sitting around watching TV. You're such a couch potato. Hey, take a break. Hey, give me a break. I work hard all week. I like to relax all weekends. The correct expression here, hey, give me a break. هذا جواب للشخص اللي يتكلم معاه. Hey, give me a break. I work hard all week. I like to relax at weekends. Number 3, quick, give me your homework so I can copy it. No way do you do your own homework. The correct expression of number 3 here is no way. No way do your own homework. Number 4, did you mend the TV? Kind of. Channels 4, okay, but we still can't get Sky TV. So the correct expression here, kind of. Kind of. Anything good on tonight? Dunno or what's up? Anything good on tonight? dunno. Look in the paper. شنو معنى هنا كلمة dunno؟ بقى شلون هنا informal يعني absolute informal language. هنا يعني don't know لكن بطريقة الانفورمال يلفظوها dunno. فإذا the correct answer is dunno. Look in the paper. هنا هي معناها formal don't know لكن informal language dunno. Look in the paper. Number 5, what do you call that stuff you use to clean between your teeth? B, what do you mean? You see, you know, it's like string white. The correct expression is you know. You know, it's like string white. B, oh, you mean dental floss. So the correct expression here is oh, you mean dental floss. Yeah, that's it. So here, number 5, the first one, correct expression is you know, it's like string white. And B, oh, the correct expression is oh, you mean dental floss. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.